here's reality. When you've gone through life, most of your life, pretty much almost half of your life, trying to figure things out, you feel like a failure. You lacked in formal education. You didn't learn a trade. You didn't make it big in sports. If you're over 40, sometimes a little bit later, over 50, and you're feeling like this, I don't want to act like I have all the answers. I really don't. But the facts are, the fastest way to get out of debt is what? Make more money. And there's usually only two ways to do that. You gotta do more formal education to get the job, and or training, because some places it's just training, but the training could be weeks, could be months. Go through all that formal education, or you could finally do something you wanted to do when you were younger, which is go out on faith and start your own business. Some of you are actually self-employed already and don't even know it, gig workers. All you got to do is take that money, put it in an LLC, and reap the rewards from that, but you haven't done it. You stayed at a sole prop, and you didn't even take the advantages of being a real sole prop as far as taxes. It's not too late. That's the good news. Knock on wood, provided, something tragic don't happen. You'll live another day, God willing, well into your 80s, possibly 90s. My great-grandmother had Native American blood. I don't know if that helped, but she actually outlived two of her children, lived to be almost 100 years old. So it is possible, especially in our day and age, if you're Gen X like me, but you're navigating this landscape of technology and you're still learning, you came to the right place, because I'm not here to have all the answers, but I'm here to show you a journey that you don't have to be techie. You can be older. Build a business. Start using AI, because in this new world, AI is going to take over. There's only two ways around it for you people that are under 40. Get a trade, a real trade, which almost nobody's doing now. Heating, air conditioning, carpentry, real carpentry, real painting, plumbing. These are things that AI can't replace, but can even enhance a business owner that has somebody that's in one of these fields. AI can help enhance that business. So if you're not going to be one of the people that owns the trade, you might as well start a business using AI. Every business should be using AI and social media, point blank period anyways. But the benefits, I think, of incorporating a lot of AI and making it geared towards AI right now, the banks know is hot. The banks know it's hot. I think that's why I didn't get any resistance when I set up my account through Relay, is because of the industry I'm in. I chose software publisher, a low-risk industry. I didn't say consulting. Consulting at one point was the low-risk go-to, but it is no longer the go-to. So do not set your company up as a consulting company. But you could do consulting. I got the NAICS code of software publisher. I'm doing AI marketing. So technically I'm an AI marketing agency. I'd also do media, some consulting in the future. I'm sure it's going to be in there. And you're probably wondering, well, how are you able to do this with no experience? How are you able to build a marketing agency? How do you know how to market? How do you know how to do all this? I'm going to give you the secret. Here's the secret. AI is the partner. And I'm not even talking anything sophisticated yet as like an agent, because I am building an agent. I'm working on that right now, specifically to do grants. I'm working on an agent that literally takes all my information from my business and formats it for each and every grant. I'm working on that agent, but it's not even that serious yet. If you're just getting started, you're simply going to go to ChatGPT, Gemini, or Claude, and now you can do it through the mic, which I love because I can't spell. So now you can literally go through the mic and just tell it anything about you. What do you know how to do? What do you do? I started out telling it about rideshare because that's what I do. But then I pivoted and started telling them about what I really want to do, which is the AI marketing. It incorporated both of those in my whole grand scheme plan. AI is your partner. You ask them, okay, this is what I'm good at. This is who I am. What type of business should I start? It'll give you a couple of different options. What type of online business should I start? You know, and it might give you the basic ones. You know, e-com is like was big, 10 years ago. So it might still say e-com as opposed to doing a real online business. But I'm going to tell you what it's probably going to incorporate. You got to have a YouTube channel. Some of you don't want to do that. I get it. But you got to have a YouTube channel because that's the easiest market arm for your funnel to get people attracted to what you're talking about, what you're doing. And then from YouTube, you could take those same clips, put it on Instagram, put it on LinkedIn. I literally asked ChatGPT and some Gemini, what product should I put out and where should I promote that product? It helped me with the product name. That's how I got the Family LLC Club. If you want to check that out, links below, or just go to williamblainer.com. But it literally helped me come up with the idea for that. It's giving me content to market it on LinkedIn. I've never had so many LinkedIn impressions and likes since my whole time on LinkedIn. Literally ChatGPT and Gemini just giving me content to post about the Family LLC Club. I'm pretty sure people will start signing up, slowly but surely. The first 500 members will be the founders. and you will be the first to be notified when we go on to the next phase of this journey, which will be when we build the corporation to go public or sell. You could be involved with that. Very affordable, less than $1 a day, $27 a month, you know. But I didn't know what to sell. Literally, ChatGPT and Gemini helped me figure it out, helped me come up with logos and blueprints and stuff to give out to you guys within the membership. Oh, and here's another thing. Courses are dead. Courses are dead. And I think I see Glenda experiencing that. Like, traditionally, doing a course is very hard. You know, there's a few people on school platform, you know, the SKOOL. There are some people that are successful doing courses on there, but the gateway to it is some type of membership. Memberships, I think, are back in. I don't even think you have a real business. This is my opinion. I don't even think you have a real business if you don't have a membership. You need some type of predictable money coming in every month, because you can't rely on AdSense money. Because even if I got monetized on YouTube, they could just demonetize me like that and say some stupid reason why. They don't even give you a reason why. You got to figure it out on your own. But YouTube is great for the entry level point of the funnel. You know, Facebook you could use too, but Facebook is funny. Like right now, I'm getting emails from Facebook supposedly threatening me if I don't do this advanced stuff on my account, I'll be blocked out of my account. You know, it could be a scam. Maybe it's really Facebook. I don't know. But I think if I continue posting on YouTube, which I could do probably well into my 80s, God willing, I live that long, and market my memberships, and literally that could be how you generate money for your family LLC and go on to do greater things. But courses are definitely dead. I don't see a big future for courses. I really don't. But I do see, like, if you have the right membership, you can offer that same audience a course, a short course that you've done. But you got to have that membership part of it. And to me, the best way to pull them in is YouTube. You know, with occasional posts on Facebook, TikTok, you know, LinkedIn. But I think written form is king on LinkedIn, from what I'm seeing. This from what I'm seeing. I'm going to try what they call these carousels. I haven't tried one of those yet. But written form seems to dominate on LinkedIn. But again, I'm not an expert in marketing, but I'm building an expert within the AIs. I'm teaching them more about me, more about my business. And you might be wondering, why does AI know all this? And it's the scary part. This might be the negative side. These AIs are scraping information from every major company in the world. Think about that. It already knows projections of what my company should make year 1, year 2, year 3, just based on industry. Because it's getting all the data from all these companies, including you. That's the scary part, including you. I'm trusting these AIs with my data. This is why DeepSeek is scary, because out of China. You know, none against China, but it's, to me, it's risky even trusting our own country, never mind another country, with our data. But you gotta do it to adapt to the future, because this stuff is that powerful. But you gotta, in the back of your mind, think, how does this AI know so much? Because it's taking data from everywhere. It already knows how to market my business. It already knows what I should say. It already knows visually what I should use. It gave me the visuals to market my own business. It's telling me I should create a sub-brand. So my company name is Blandrake, but I'm creating a sub-brand, which is the Family LLC Club. And it's working. That's the crazy part. It's working. So I'm not smart. I don't want anybody to think I'm super intelligent. I'm far from it. I'm a regular person. That's why this makes this so important, because I'm showing you a regular person could do this. I'm showing you a regular person could do this. Maybe I'm not showing you my screen and I'm typing in what you need to type in. We'll get to that point down the road, I'm sure. But I'm telling you what I'm doing, and it works. It works. It'll help you with your logo ideas. It'll give you options. You know, it came up. You might be wondering why I have a plan for not only this company, but a future company I want to build next year. I already have mapped out. How am I able to do that? The AI. ChatGPT in particular, over Gemini, gave me a blueprint of what I should call the C corporation that I want to build. So I said I wanted a short name. It gave me a short, powerful name. What to put it under as far as a NAICS code. You know, that's low risk. Because I was trying to dabble at making a C Corp like a event space. The AI told me don't do that because it's too risky. Do this, this, and this, and you can still have a party, you know, element to this where you could host parties. But it gave me basically a management setup, which is a lower risk entity for this location, because this C Corp is basically going to own other smaller companies. So it's got to stay low risk. It's got to stay really enticing to banks, because that's when the big money comes in, going to the big banks. So when I go to the banks at some point, I open these accounts, and if they ever ask me, well, how do you know how to do this, this, and this, I'm going to tell them AI, because even though I won't be having under an AI specific code for that C Corp, AI should be within every business that you do. You just got to be using it. You know, especially when you're over 40, over 50. Because we got to use it to get to that point we need to get to quicker in business, because we're older. We don't have the next 20 years to play around. This is my third life. I already made so many mistakes. But the difference is, when I kind of started out, AI wasn't even there yet. AI kind of came in like 2 years after I already set some stuff up with my last company. Man, it is a game changer. to have AI as your partner in your organization. And the C Corp is when we go big and start bringing in executives, people that know more than me. That's when we get serious. That's when we get serious. That's when I start thinking about retirement, IRAs, 401ks, if you want to have one for your employees. That's when we start thinking about that stuff. That's going to be the hiring. This company, I'm not going to probably ever have any employees. I'm probably just going to pay myself. I'm not even going to put myself on a payroll. But when I get to that C Corp, that's when everybody's going on payroll. That's when we get serious. So this company, all it has to do is bring in just enough revenue to give me the credit lines to go to the next level. The credit lines, the grants, the funding, any way we can get it, to maybe get to $250,000, and then we move to that next level, which is the C Corp. And by then, inquiries won't matter because I'll have so much borrowing power here to take the money, put it there. I can literally position this company underneath that holding company. Now they're both worth double the amount. The possibilities are endless, guys. I just want you to come along on this journey with me. Like I said, it's very affordable. There's no excuse not to do it. $27 a month. You'll save 2 months if you do the year. In the future, we are going to have some merch that we're going to put together for the Family LLC, as well as I might do some Blandrake merch in between. And at first, there probably won't be anybody buying the merch, but I guarantee you, at some point, this is going to catch on, because I know for the first time, I know my core demographic, because I literally asked the AI. And the core demographic happens to be the same people that watch my videos, that 40 to 50 range. It's a small group, a little bit older than that, and there's an even smaller group a little younger than that. We about to do it this year because I have AI as a partner. AI actually helped me fix my credit this year. This platform that I was using used AI. I'm not gonna lie, I was pretty lucky this year. I think God has finally blessed me. Well, I'm lying. God has been blessing me. God has been blessing me, guys. I'm sorry for even saying that. God has been blessing me all through the pandemic, through now, because every time I fall, He picks me back up. And I'm not even that religious. I don't go to church or anything like that. But it can't keep happening that way without it being God, all this time, I think to my lowest points. Think of your lowest points, your lowest in life, where you're sitting there and you're crying. I remember a particular moment in my life, and I was literally crying, thinking I'll never get out of this position. I destroyed my life. It is over. And now look at me now. Still living a good life. It's either God or my grandparents still looking down on me. Somebody's helping me out. I don't know who it is. Because, like I said, I failed so many times, over and over and over. But that's the beauty of it. You live long enough, you'll learn. This is why you actually have an advantage being over 40, over 50. You have an advantage because if you're Gen X like me and you've watched technology, I've gone from the pager, because I was in the communications industry, so I watched technology progress from the pager to the cell phone to now the cell phone is still key in a lot of our worlds, to now where you can run a business from home and you can have people like regular people like me show you their journey, and that actually promotes the company. I'm not selling you anything. I'm telling you what I put together with the Family LLC Club, with partnering with the AI, which is the same thing you could do. I'm telling you what to do. You know, right out the gate, you could set up a C Corp. I don't think it's necessary. I would say set up an LLC, and if you want to go bigger, you could tax that as a C Corp, or you could create a C Corp brand new, like I'm going to do. The possibilities are there. I hope you follow along my journey. I'm going to be showing you the credit lines, the grants. I'm going to be giving you PDFs in the club, long form content that won't be everywhere. You know, the short form content will be everywhere because we're using an AI tool for that. We're using Opus Clip, which is a link below for that. Cut up these long form videos, posted them everywhere to promote my business. You know, sometimes I can get like 25, 30 short form videos that are getting decent. Sometimes you gotta like change up the title a little bit, you know. But for the majority of them, they're decent, they're eye-catching. They continue to bring in traffic to my channels. I'm just so motivated, I started doing a lot more long-form content. I've got short-form content forever. Forever. That's why I'm gonna probably stick to just posting long-form on one channel, which is probably Chania Business, and put all the short-form content on the other channels, because it's not burning me out, but it's getting probably redundant. I can't keep posting the same content on every channel. But now I have so many short form videos, I can post a different short form video on all 5 channels. You know, I'll take literally one long form video. Now every channel has a short clip, so it stretches my reach. The Family LLC won't just be me, it'll be others in the future, other people involved that I bring in, you know, with time. And it's probably always going to be the marketing arm. You know, even when I create that C Corp, Blandrake will be that marketing arm to promote whatever we need to promote. So, but when we get to the brick and mortar location with the C Corp, that's when the big money comes in. That's when we're going after real estate. That's when, by then, I should probably already have my living trust. That's when I start thinking about my retirement and investments in stocks. Like, I'm not gonna like trade, but I'll hold certain stocks, you know, and start building a future legacy while I still have time. There's still time for you guys. 40s, 50s, even 60s. You're still in the game. You know, if you're healthy, you might be still in the game in your 70s. You know? And that's another thing. more money, to me, creates better health, or should create better health. That's the only way I see to speed this process up. What do I look like going back to school, 55, or even just now starting to learn a trade? I could do that, but it takes me longer to learn that stuff than it does to learn some AI tools. Maybe that's how my brain works. I can learn AI tools like this, create thumbnails like this now, when it used to took me all day to sit there and try to make it myself on Canva, because I'm not techie. Literally, I could just go in, talk to the AI, and make me a nice, shiny thumbnail, YouTube thumbnail for this video. The title's gonna be, and then I sometimes usually Gemini for like the titles for the videos. ChatGPT new image 2 is the clear winner now for the thumbnails, and it's starting to do the right size now. I remember for a long time ChatGPT could not get the right size. Gemini always got the right YouTube thumbnail size, always did, because it's probably because they own YouTube. But ChatGPT now does the right size. They're more dramatic. They usually have like an outline. I did a thumbnail that was so correct that it even did my eye. Like one of my eyes is slightly off. I think it's this one. It even did my eyes correctly, and I left it that way. I could have made it fix it, but I left it that way because it shows how real it is. So it's gonna take you time to learn the tools if you're not techie, but you have all the time in the world. You have all the time in the world, provided you're not gonna die tomorrow. You know, it's gonna be a faster process than going back to school or trying to get a job and trying to save the money for the next 10 years. When you could get your credit up and all these processes quicker, and if you build the right company, you can go find a credit partner and get the money faster. I'm just saying. And we will have referrals. We're going to have referrals to lawyers, CPAs, people in the finance space. Like there's a company that I'm probably going to become a referral of that actually does the creative lending. Like if you have bad credit, but you have a business revenue, we're going to refer that out. And now I get paid when you guys sign up for funding. And then guess what? You could do the same thing too. You become a customer, you sign up, become affiliate, do the same thing. You go to get the pay hit. You create your family LLC, your family LLC club. Don't call it that, but you create yours. See how I'm doing it. Boom. You could do Patreon, but here's a problem with Patreon. You can't really, they're going to give you a hard time if you try to take the people out of there later, or take the content out later. You know, that's all I'm saying. At some point, I'm probably going to have a real official media platform, probably under the C Corp. That's probably how we'll generate money. And I just got so many ideas, and the beauty is I could run them through ChatGPT, run them through Gemini, possibly Claude in the future, and I'm always blown away by, and I listen to it. Some people, when someone tells you no, you still do it. It told me no about something, and I listened, and it paid off. That's all I got for you guys today. Please continue watching, continue supporting. Subscribe, like, comment. If you're actually in the Family LLC Club, I thank you. I appreciate you. And I hope you share this message, because this could change your life. Just setting up the LLC, building the business credit. We're going to have strategies in there. If you don't know what to do with the money, we're going to have strategies to actually give you to do with the money. A lot of business owners don't know what to do with the money. We're going to have strategies for you to have something to do with the money. Thank you. That's all I got for you. I'll see you guys in the next one.